Most hated opinions. Back with some more of this industry politics. We gonna get into the shooting victim that was shot at on the night Takeoff was killed. It says woman shot in the crossfire of the Takeoff shooting speaks out for the first time. All right.
Inclusive. A woman critically injured in the shooting that killed Migos rapper Takeoff, speaking for the very first time.
Sydney Leday is 24 years old and says it is a miracle she's alive. It's a story our Grace White has been working on for months.
She joins us with the exclusive.
It's very hard for Sydney Leday to sit down and talk about that night. We've been waiting for months until she was ready to tell her story. And tonight she sat down with us to talk about the shooting and her recovery that's far from over.
I really just can say I'm just grateful to be here. And
Sydney Leday is a survivor.
Do you remember the moment?
Yeah, she already crying. She been crying, so she was on it for a minute.
You first woke up in the hospital?
I didn't want to be there. I kept telling my mom I want to go home. I had never been in a hospital like that.
The night rapper Takeoff was shot and killed outside a Bolt
Inclusive. A woman critically injured in the
alley in downtown Houston. She was shot too, in the head, after what Houston police...
Nah, imagine that. Like, you out having a good time and all that, then you just get hit in the fucking head. Like, you get shot in the fucking head. That's crazy.
Called a private party that started on Halloween. It was just 2 days after Leday's 24th birthday.
Nah, and it's 2 days after your birthday? Like, chill.
I remembered what happened because I was up the whole time after I got shot in the head, and I called my mom.
So they said she woke up in the hospital, but she said she was up the whole time. She said she got shot in the head, and she was up the whole time, and she called her moms. That's crazy.
And told her what happened in the coma.
Leday says somehow she made it down an escalator and to a friend's car who took her to the hospital.
Nah, hold on. She got shot in the head. She called her moms, told her to come, and she told her what's going on. She just got shot in the head. She went downstairs and got in her friend's car. Hold on.
Hospital. She was in a coma and intubated before she...
Oh, that's why she said she woke up in the hospital, because she was in a coma.
Woke up.
I felt the sting in the back of my head. I felt myself falling, and the person I was with picked me up, and we got in the car. But it was like a scary movie, really. Ironically, it was Halloween night. I had on a nun outfit. I had blood all.
Nah, chill. She was wearing a nun costume. Like, the most peaceful costume out the whole group. Nobody had a more peaceful costume. Nobody couldn't have had a costume that said peace more than a nun costume that night. And the nun got shot in the back of her, or wherever she got shot at. Like, that's crazy.
Over me.
At any point, do you remember being scared before all that happened, or was it in
the alley in downtown Houston?
Nah, that's crazy. Shot in the head, you partying, get hit in the head, you call your moms, run downstairs, or go downstairs, hop in the car, go to the hospital. Go to the hospital, slip into a coma. That shit is wild, bro. What does it say? Sydney Leday is 24 years old and says it's a miracle she's alive. Deadass. It's still very hard for her to sit down and talk about that night. It's taken her months to be ready to tell her story. She was shot in the head during the Takeoff shooting and later slipped into a coma at the hospital. Yeah, man, that's crazy. And it's crazy because Take was hit in the head too. Like these niggas was shooting high. They was shooting for tops. Like, that shit, wow. They hitting niggas in their head, hitting females in their head. Like, this shit it must have been wild. Like, that shit crazy. Shot in the head wearing a nun's outfit, nun costume. 2 days after your birthday. That shit crazy. But shit, rest in peace, Takeoff, and she looked like she's doing much better than that night. So, like, shit, We gonna leave that shit right there. Most hated opinions. I'm out this bitch.